Palworld 1.0 is upon us, friends, and I've got 5 quick and easy tips for you to help get started. Let's get going. The first thing you want to do is explore early. So when the early stages of the starting area, and basically you want to, whatever they launch you in, you want to turn around and explore this platform because we've got a few goodies that we can find here, including a couple of chests and some other things. So if you look up, you can turn around and go on these stairs, go up this platform, get to the top of this landing area, and this is basically where you would walk out and do the windswept islands. This is kind of where you start. You can get that eagle statue will be your fast travel point, but we want to look up above that, and we're going to take a little roundabout. So if you go over here by this tree, instead of going up the stairs, we'll climb up here, and you're going to find your first egg. Eggs are useful for hatching some pals later in the game. So go ahead and pick up this dark egg there. Next, we're going to climb up the rocks and keep going.
Yep.
As you climb rocks, you're going to lose stamina, so just make sure you find a ledge. You can rebuild your stamina. And then once you do, you can climb all the way up. If you jump, it does take a lot more of your stamina, but it can reduce the time that it needs to climb up the ledge. We keep going here. We're just going to keep going around and climb the face of this mountain. It does take a little bit of time. And we're getting close to what I've discovered is a tower. So here we have some ruins. We're going to go left and turn around and keep going up. As you explore these, you may find some other things that I have not found yet, but this is what I've found so far, just exploring in the early game before we even set up a base. You're going to find an upgraded Pal Sphere. That is your Mega Sphere. It's going to be helpful for capturing higher level pals. You want to turn around, and we're going to scale this tower because this is where you're going to find another collectible. Basically what you want to do is keep climbing until you find a ledge spot that will let you stay on there, and each level has an area where you can do that. And once you get to the top, you can pick up this bad boy. And you're going to find effigies in a lot of different areas in the game, but this one is kind of a free one. And then you get the best view in all of Palworld when you're starting out. So you can see the great tree, and you can see all the islands and everything around you. Next, what we want to do is help our pals. Now, our pals are here to help us, but if we don't help our pals, then they are going to go insane or starve or be unproductive, and we just don't want that happening. So a couple of things you can do. First off, you want to build pal beds. These will be available pretty much at the start of the game. We're a little bit ways into this game. However, pal beds are not just the only thing. They need to sleep, but they also need to eat. So you can either find your pal and feed them directly, or you can set up food in the, it's like a trough, and they'll go over and feed themselves. Your workers are the lifeblood of your base, so you want to diversify those workers. If you go to your PAL box and look at each one of them and click F, you can see the stats, and it says work suitabilities. You can see some of them do gathering, some do farming, some will do some lumbering and mining and planting. It all depends on what skills that they have. So you want to find different PALs within the world and bring them back and kind of see what they do. Things that I have enjoyed, like Pinglet will actually water your crops. Pupperai is really good at lumbering, so if you need wood chopped while you're gone. And then you've got Gummoss, which can do your planting for you. He's also a mine foreman, so they do have passive skills that can help while they are in your base or while they're in your party. So check on each one of those every time you catch one. Adventure awaits for you, friends, as you go out into the world. This is one of the most fun parts about Palworld, but before you do, you want to take care of your base pals and make sure they have food and they have jobs and they have beds, because as you're out, they will be doing tasks. So you want to go to the feedbacks and take things from your inventory and fill it up. Now, they don't seem to consume a ton of things as fast as normal. And if you have a berry farm, they can harvest those berries and they will bring them back to the box and feed themselves. So that's great, but they like cook things. It helps with their sanity. Some tips for catching pals out in the area. You're going to find a lot of them just roaming around, whether it's day or night. But if you shoot or if you injure a pal too much, it will die. So, one thing that you can do if you have pals in your party is to just put them in a pal ball. You can have them sitting in your inventory just waiting to come out if you need help with a boss or something bigger. But if you're just trying to catch some lower level pals and get them to your base so you can give them a job, you need to either set them to passive or you need to put them back into the ball. So on PC, I'm holding the 4 key and we're going to command them to be peaceful. And each one that you have out, you want to command and be peaceful. And again, you just do that from the PAL menu. So we're just selecting that there. And then now when I go and take on a PAL, if I want to capture one, but I don't want to injure it too much to where it dies, first of all, you need to find one that you don't one-shot. Apparently I'm getting too powerful for these. There we go. We caught a PAL, and now it's going to be in my PAL box. So I can either put them to work back at the base, or I can put them in my global PAL box, or I can put them in my party. One other tip while you're out in the open world, if you don't have pal spheres and you don't want to go back to base because you don't have a fast travel point, just build a crafting table. It really only costs 2 wood. It takes 3 seconds to complete, and then you can build whatever you want. Things that you build out in the open, not in your base, will deteriorate. That is all the tips that I have for starting out so far. I wanted to make it 5 quick tips and just kind of show you some examples of how to get started in Palworld. There's a million other things to do in this game. It's basically choose your own adventure, but have fun out there, and we'll see you in the next one.